Eldrick Tiger Woods was born on December 30th, 1975. However, the Tiger Woods story actually began years before Tiger was even born. His father, Earl, spent 20 years in the Army. While a lieutenant colonel in Green Beret in Vietnam, Earl shared a special relationship with a South Vietnamese colonel whose nickname was Tiger. His combat buddy saved Earl's life on more than one occasion. At the end of the war, his friend disappeared and was never heard from again.
So I said, if I ever have a son, I'm going to nickname him Tiger, so that someday he'll see Tiger Woods on television and he'll make the connection. He'll say, Tiger Woods? That must be Woody's kid, and try and get in touch with me. And I live for that day that that phone will ring and it'll be Tiger on the other end.
Nguyen Phuong was an unbelievable man. He saved my father's life on a number of occasions. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. And, you know, thanks to him, my dad is here, who gave me the name. And now I'm going to take it and do good with it, because it means honor, it means pride, it means love, which he gave to my dad, and it means strength. And it's all these ideals and qualities mixed into one human being and name, and I was passed on to have that name.
Right from the start, Tiger was groomed for greatness. He would watch his father with a golf club and try to imitate his swing. He was a happy child and a willing student. It didn't take long before Tiger was showing off his unusual talents. 3 months short of his 3rd birthday, he and his dad appeared on national television.
From Hollywood, it's the Mike Douglas Show.
Bob, I know you love baseball, but I also know you love golf, and I have someone here to challenge you, okay? So right now, I'd like you to meet Tiger Woods and his father, Earl Woods. Would you come out here?
Would you like to enter into a little competition with Mr. Hope, Tiger? First, can I see you swing? Maybe we'll try the driver first.
Sure. How about a putting contest with Mr. Hope? Can he putt, too?
Oh, yes.
Okay, well, let him putt first.
Why don't you try? You got any money? Wrap it right in there.
Just tap it right in.
By 6, Tiger was already winning golf tournaments, and at times against much older kids. The sacrifices of Earl and Tiger's mother, Coltita, were paying off. And despite his early notoriety, Tiger never lost his perspective.
It's a fun game. You get to carry a bag, good exercise, and you get to hit a golf ball and try to make it in this little hole.
Dad knew his son was something special.
He has a talent, he has a desire, and he has that rare competitiveness, that extra gear that the great ones have.
And young Tiger appreciated his father's guidance.
He told me a lot of things. I disagreed with them, and then in the long run, he was right. So he was right all the time, and I was wrong some of the time.
Well, most of the time, Tiger was a winner. By age 12, he had collected more than 200 trophies and medals, including 6 junior world titles. Yet while golf was important to Tiger, he knew about priorities.
Schoolwork has top priority in our house. First and foremost, always has been, always will. He does not practice, he does not play until he has completed his homework. And I have never in my life asked him, do you have your homework done? It comes from within. He's a self-motivating child. He understands the rules, and he concurs with it.
With his devoted father always nearby, Tiger kept practicing and winning. When 15-year-old Tiger Woods came to Orlando for the '91 U.S. Junior Amateur, he brought with him the reputation of being America's best junior golfer. Tiger won the qualifying by 4 strokes, and during his first 5 matches, he trailed his opponent only once. However, in the final, he had to rally from a 3-hole deficit before winning at the first extra hole. Comparisons to a young Jack Nicklaus continued after his victory.
That's what you guys say. And what counts is what I say inside. And that's the only thing that counts, so I really don't worry anything about that.
At 15 years, 7 months, Tiger was now the youngest junior amateur champion in history. For the second straight year, Tiger Woods was the medalist at the U.S. Junior Amateur. During match play, the Cypress, California native breezed through his competition, winning by some of the most convincing margins in the championship's history. For the first 5 matches, no one came close to testing Woods. Incredibly, Tiger ended one match at the 11th hole and closed out another at the 12th. However, the championship match would prove to be a different story. A record gallery assembled just south of Boston for the final, pitting Tiger against Mark Wilson of Wisconsin. Wilson was tough. He had a 2-up lead with just 5 holes to play. But Tiger was tougher down the stretch to even the match after 17. At 18, all he needed was this short putt to win 1-up. He had done it again, and thus became the first repeat winner of the United States Junior Amateur. In 1993, Tiger Woods, the 2-time defending champion, found himself in familiar territory, trailing during the final match. For a while, it looked like Tiger's streak would end. Several putts that had a chance wouldn't fall. Woods was 2 down with just 2 to play. However, Tiger won the next 3 holes to win 1-up. His comeback was the perfect ending to a celebrated junior career, which produced an unprecedented 3 straight junior amateur championships. Each spring, the TPC at Sawgrass is the site for the PGA Tour's prestigious Players' Championship. But for 1 week in August of 1994, the stadium course hosted golf's most important amateur championship, the United States Amateur. The big question was, could 18-year-old Tiger Woods become the youngest amateur champion in history? His semifinal opponent was Eric Frechette. Tiger survived tough matches over Moise and Alexander to reach the semis. After 5 holes on Saturday, Woods and Frechette were all square. However, Tiger won 4 of the next 6 holes and was now in total command. At 13, Woods had the honor. A beautiful tee shot. He had just 5 feet for yet another birdie. Frechette knew he needed to get it going. He was running out of holes. But he also got his tee shot to within 5 feet for a birdie. Frechette for his birdie putt at 13. And he converts. That, however, was his very first birdie all day, and it may have come a little too late, as Woods also had his birdie opportunity. And a confident stroke by Tiger, and the hole is halved. Now, at 15, with Woods still 4 up with 4 to play, Frechette needs this putt just to stay alive. It wasn't to be, and that was the end of it, as Tiger Woods had beaten Eric Frechette 5-3 and was on his way to the finals. Tiger Woods, with his father Earl close by, was just one step away from becoming the youngest winner in the 94-year history of the United States Amateur.
Number 1, hole number 15, Frechette 5, Woods 4. Mr. Woods wins the match 5-3.
Tiger Woods was 36 holes away from history.
This final match is between Mr. Tiger Woods of Cypress, California, and Mr. Trip Keeney of McKinney, Texas.
And there would be a surprising development. Keeney had raced out to a 4-hole advantage after the morning round and was 5 up after 6 holes in the afternoon. It appeared that Tiger's run for the title would be over. However, at the 7th, Woods drains a 25-foot birdie to cut the margin back to 4. And as Tiger began to heat up, Keeney began to cool down. At the 9th, Tripp needed this putt to save par. The Oklahoma State Cowboy couldn't believe what was happening. He was once 6 up over Woods, and now, if Tiger could sink his short par putt, the lead would be down to 3. Woods calmly rolled in the putt to win the hole. The momentum was now clearly on his side as the 2 finalists approached the back 9. At the 10th, Tripp had to sink this downhill 7-footer to have, an important putt for the 22-year-old. He needed that one to stem the tide. Instead, his lead had shrunk to 2.
Mr. Woods 4, Mr. Keeney 5. Mr. Keeney is 2 up.
At the par 5 11th, Tiger had a legitimate shot at reaching this 529-yard hole in 2. And he got all of this 3-iron. It would find the green and would finish about 40 feet above the hole. After leaving his eagle putt 2 feet from the hole, Tiger made his birdie to close to within 1 of Keeney.
Hole number 11, Mr. Woods 4, Mr. Keeney
Tripp
5.
hadn't played poorly. Tiger had just played better. So through 29 holes, Tripp Keeney led Tiger Woods 1 up. The next 4 holes were halved, and at 16, Woods prepared to hit his second shot to the par 5. After his drive had found the rough, Woods chose to lay up with an iron. He hit it solidly, but did pull it a little bit, and it caught a piece of the oak tree before kicking out into the fairway. A good break for Tiger. Woods now had about 60 yards for his 3rd shot. And he hit a beautiful pitch and run, his ball stopping 4 feet from the hole. This to win the hole and square the match. So for the first time since the match began 34 holes ago, Woods and Keeney were all square. Great moments require just the right setting. The 140-yard 17th, the famous Island Green, and with a pitching wedge, Tiger took dead aim at the flagstick. But the ball landed past the hole in the fringe, only a foot or so from falling off into the water. So it wasn't over yet. Keeney still had a chance to match his opponent, but being a right-to-left player made his task that much more difficult. His ball found the middle of the green about 35 feet from the cup. This incredible story was nearing its final chapter. Keeney would putt first, and if he could somehow manage to sink this putt, he could reverse the pressure over to Woods, He gave it a good roll, and for a moment it looked like it had a chance. A valiant effort, but he'd have to settle for par, which Tiger conceded. So the stage was set. Tiger Woods, the pre-championship favorite, had trailed badly during this final match against Keeney. At one point, he was 6 down. Now, he took a careful look at his 14-footer.
I know exactly how it broke. Reason being is I hit the ball on almost virtually the identical spot in the morning. So in the afternoon, I had exactly the same line, I mean, virtually the same line. I said, all you need to do is play it about 2-3 inches more outside, and it's going to be in. And, you know, the rest is history.
What an incredible comeback. Tiger had birdied 6 of the last 10 holes to take his first lead of the day. He's 1 up with 1 hole to go. Trip Keeney could only wonder what might have been. Woods was now just 1 hole away from becoming the youngest U.S. amateur champion in history. At the par 4 18th, Woods needed only a halve to claim victory. A good drive left him with 170 yards. He chose a 6-iron and, playing smartly, found the right side of the green. Now Keeney, he too had driven it well, but to send this match into extra holes, he must somehow get this close and make birdie. The ball would find the second tier, and he'd have an awkward shot from the fringe. Tiger was away. He doesn't need to make this, but should it go in, he'd close out Keeney. After a very long look, Tiger was not happy with this effort. After Keeney ran this birdie try 6 feet past, he needed to make this or the match was over. That would be it. 18-year-old Tiger Woods wins 2 up and becomes the youngest ever champion in the rich 94-year history of the United States Amateur. It wasn't easy, but Tiger can now celebrate this historic victory with his biggest fan, his father Earl.
I did it.
Golf has seen a number of great players, but never has there been one who has accomplished what Tiger Woods has at such a young age. He's already won 4 USGA titles. What could he possibly do for an encore? Perched high on the ridge, the stately French-inspired clubhouse overlooks this magnificent seaside links course. Founded in 1639, this island community became a haven in the 1800s for the rich industrialists who flaunted their fortunes by building extravagant mansions along its scenic shores. And their golfing playground, the Newport Country Club, which has hosted the wealthy and powerful, including President Dwight D. Eisenhower, who in the late 1950s made Newport his summer White House. Saturday morning featured a quarterfinal match between Woods and 22-year-old Scott Kamen. Woods, 1 up, has this long birdie putt at the par 5 10th. Tiger had stretched his lead to 4 up as they reached the 15th. Kamen, who got married the previous Saturday, had his newlywed wife Christy caddying for him, needed this putt to drop to extend the match. He would miss and concede the hole to Woods. The 5-3 victory kept Tiger's dream alive to win back-to-back amateurs. So, the semifinals were set. Woods taking on Mark Plummer and Buddy Marucci against Steve Scott. 2 intriguing matchups here at Newport, where it all began back in 1895. The featured semifinal offered a real contrast in styles. Woods, the prototype young star, versus a Craig Stadler lookalike in Mark Plummer. A former deputy sheriff and now liquor distributor, Plummer came to Newport as a virtual unknown. This is a birdie putt to have the par 5 10th. And a clutch putt delivered by Plummer as he stays close to the defending champion. Just one down to Tiger Woods after 10. Now to win the hole, this putt for Plummer.
Not much break here, just hit front.
And he squared the match.
That's great stuff.
The 8-time state amateur champion from Maine, squaring the match through 11. Tiger has a good lie now with a pitching wedge. It should be a relatively easy shot.
That's about 3 of them you thought he made today, John. Just did everything they could but go in.
And a large gallery applauding that effort of Tiger Woods. The putt conceded. This now to have the 12th. Not an easy putt. It's downhill and breaks plenty left.
Tiger's going. You gotta love this guy. Come on.
After winning 14 with a par, Woods needs just 2 putts to move 2 up on Plummer with 3 to play. Plummer concedes that putt, and Tiger Woods moves 1 step closer to Sunday's 36-hole final. With Woods in trouble at 16, Plummer takes advantage, needing just 2 putts to win the hole. It's enough, and he cuts Tiger's lead to 1 up with 2 to go. Plummer with a chance to win the hole and even this match. Well, he still has life as he forces Tiger to at least the 18th. It's Woods 1 up with 1 to play. At the par 4 18th, a second shot for Plummer from the deep rough.
Really, that's all he had to look forward to.
Over to Woods, also from the rough, but not quite as deep.
Well, it did jump up in the air. It got it up a lot harder than I thought it would.
Beautiful shot.
Big shot.
That's a magnificent shot there. Here it comes. See if it stays up there. Yep.
Tiger Woods in the driver's seat for a chance at defending his U.S. Amateur Championship.
Great shot. Thank you. Great shot.
At 18, it's all but official for Tiger, as Plummer has 1 last shot at extending this match. No one knew who Mark Plummer was before today, but he's given Woods a battle all afternoon. And suddenly it's over, as the 19-year-old from Stanford survives a tough semifinal match. He's a 2-up winner and has made it to his 2nd straight U.S. Amateur Final. Mark Plummer had the 19-year-old from Stanford on the run today, but he couldn't catch the Tiger by the tail. 2-up winner. Tiger Woods is in his 2nd straight U.S. Amateur Championship Final. When the week began, 312 players converged on Newport with the intention of adding their name to the prestigious Theodore Habermeyer Trophy. Only 2 remain. Tiger Woods, a name synonymous with amateur greatness, on the threshold of successfully defending his title. And for a lifelong amateur like Buddy Marucci, there are no bigger titles than the USGA's most prestigious amateur championship.
It's our national championship. I mean, it's our crown. And since I'm a United States citizen, I mean, that's an important tournament. And
I mean, this is it. This is all there is. It's like winning the Open to somebody else to a professional level.
Today, at stake, the ultimate reward of every amateur golfer. After the morning round, it was Marucci holding a 1-up lead over Woods as they headed to the final 18. out to the 6th hole. Tiger Woods setting up for a shot. Roger Maltby with this championship match. Roger?
Well, Tiger teed off with an iron. He's got the extreme left side of the fairway. Has 124 yards to the hole, slightly downwind, going with a sand iron.
This match all square.
Looks like it may need to get up just a little bit. Got a big hop. Terrific shot.
We'll be showing you highlights of the first 5 holes and how this match got back to square in just a moment, but then the second shot of Marucci.
Buddy went with the driver from the tee. He's left himself 80 yards from the flag, looking right down at it. Perfect lie. Good looking shot.
Touche.
43-year-old Buddy Marucci matching shots with a superstar Tiger Woods, age 19. And Buddy Marucci came charging out on the second 18 play today. This is the par 4 first, the birdie attempt to win the hole. And his lead was back to 2 up. They have the second hole, but then at the par 4 third, Tiger Woods for birdie. Marucci's lead. He was just 1 down. They have the 4th. But then another exchange at the par 4 5th. This par putt.
Marucci got in trouble with a duck hook off the tee and second shot in the bunker. And that was a good win, good pressure putt by Tiger to level this match.
It's downhill. It's pretty slick from here, really, Johnny, and this is really a big putt for Buddy. This is the first time he's let Tiger back in the match.
Oh, man.
That's a big miss right there.
It's not a bad putt, Roger. I think he hit it right where he wanted to, and it just hung out there.
This would be Tiger's very first lead of the entire match. And Tiger's got it. And on the 24th hole of this final match, Woods has taken his first lead over Marucci. Second shot at the par 3/8 for Buddy.
Easy pitch shot. Going right at it, Roger. It's in. Shot in. That's it. That's taking advantage of it.
That'll turn the momentum around a little bit.
Look at that. Smile, buddy. It won't hurt.
Birdie 2 for Marucci.
Oh, that is absolutely pure. Want to just chip it onto the green, a few feet, which he did, just a foot onto the green, plays the break. I mean, that thing was in all the way.
At 12, with the match still even, Marucci has this downhill left-to-right putt to have the hole. And so Tiger wins the 12th and once again has the lead, 1 up. This is to go 2 up at the 15th. Tiger's putt will have a big left-to-right swing.
Looks pretty good.
Good looking putt here.
Another look shows just how Tiger played this putt perfectly. And so he takes control of this match, 2 up with 3 to play. There are the USGA championships already won by Tiger Woods. His unprecedented 3 straight junior amateurs followed up with his first U.S. amateur at age 18.
Buddy's going with a 4-wood, got 199 to the hole, right on hard pan, right on a burned out part of the fairway, which is perfect.
Good golf, John.
They like it.
Oh, it's a good
Somebody
looking shot.
loves
It is right at the flag.
Bounding up on the green, and look at this.
What a shot right underneath the hole.
So this final match of the 1995 U.S. Amateur will go to 18 with Tiger Woods 1 up with 1 to play. Marucci, second shot at the par 4 18th. He can put the pressure on Woods with a good shot.
Six iron, got the ball going low and at the right side of the green.
Ooh, got a forward bounce, Roger. He got away with it. It's going to curve in there. He's got a chance. Thing's not over yet.
Holding on to yet another breath of life is Buddy Marucci.
He's got an 8 iron. He's going to have to hit this pretty solid. Try to hit it real high and land it on that back tier.
Wouldn't surprise me, Roger, if you knock this thing a foot from the hole.
Good looking shot drawn right at the flag.
Right over the flag and checking up and coming back.
Well, it's a shot that Butch and I have been working on all week long. It's just that 3/4 shot you need to hit in the wind, and that Newport was blowing all week. And it just happened to come down to a 3/4 8 iron on 18. And Jay, my caddy, reminded me, and says, hey, you know, remember the range. And there it was.
That is the stuff that champions are made of, and he is definitely the best player, best teenage golfer in the history of this game.
So Buddy Marucci must make this long putt to have any chance of catching Woods and sending it to extra holes. That won't get it done. And Tiger Woods has closed out Buddy Marucci. Second straight U.S. Amateur Championship. An encore performance by the 19-year-old phenom. In so many ways, this was a perfect U.S. Amateur. It was played on the purest of golf courses, Newport Country Club. It featured 2 43-year-olds who epitomize amateur golf. The tenacious Mark Plummer with his baggy shorts, bushy red mustache, and unorthodox golf swing. And George Buddy Marucci, a refined Philadelphia businessman playing in his 16th amateur, his quiet confidence taking him to the final. But the biggest story of the Centennial Amateur was 19-year-old Tiger Woods. This amazing youngster won his 5th USGA championship before the age of 20, something not even Jones or Nicklaus could claim. It's only fitting that Tiger's twin win in the amateur took place at Newport, where it all began 100 years ago. What better way to finish your sophomore year at Stanford than to win the individual title at the NCAA Championships? That's exactly what Tiger did. At the difficult honors course near Chattanooga, Tennessee. He opened the 4-day championship with a 3-under 69, 1 stroke behind Pat Perez of Arizona State. On day 2, Tiger fired a course record 67 to take the lead by 3. A 3rd round 69 put him in command for good. as his lead grew to 9 shots after 54 holes. In Saturday's final round, Tiger proved he was human as he staggered home with an 8 over 80. He still managed to win the title, though, by 4 shots over Rory Sabatini of Arizona. The honors course had humbled this year's top collegiate golfers. Only Tiger Woods was able to break par over 72 holes. The 1996 U.S. Open was held at venerable Oakland Hills. All of golf's elite were present, including Tiger Woods. The most dramatic opening round belonged to Tiger. At the 5th hole, he found trouble off the tee and had to lay up short. He then played this perfect pitch. It bounced once and jumped into the hole for an amazing birdie to move him to 2 under. His theatrics were far from over. At the very next hole, his approach from 120 yards. It almost jumped in the cup, hit the flagstick dead on, and he settled for par. He was leading the U.S. Open until he came to the fearsome finishing stretch at Oakland Hills. After a bogey at 14 and a double bogey at 15, Tiger's approach at the treacherous 16th missed the green and found the water. It would only get worse. His 4th shot from the drop area also would get wet, and he would leave 16 with a quadruple bogey 8. He would lose 9 shots over the final 5 holes and finish the day with a 76. The golf world wondered what he had learned.
What did I learn? I learned patience. Being in the lead of an Open, your national championship, was one of the greatest feelings I've ever had. It was a great feeling that I was in the lead and I was playing pretty good golf. And then all of a sudden the collapse. I let some certain things get to me, like the ruling on 14, I think it was, get to me. Little things like that, and I lost my patience. So I learned a painful lesson, but I learned the lesson.
Tiger rebounded with a second round 69, but finished the week in a tie for 82nd. Imagine being the best amateur in the world. Each step you take, each swing you make, all for the world to view, to determine if you're the greatest amateur golfer ever. You only focus on a lifetime of sacrifices, the accomplishments achieved. 2 years ago, on the world's most famous island green, you won your first U.S. Amateur Championship. It was the culmination of an heroic comeback and the beginning of a special era. Last year, you returned to the birthplace of amateur golf, Newport Country Club. On the amateur centennial anniversary, you won your 2nd consecutive crown, and with it, the admiration of the golfing world. Now, you travel to the majestic landscape of Oregon, to the Pumpkin Ridge Golf Club. And like the early explorers who traveled west in search of uncharted riches, you're in pursuit of a treasure never found. It is here that you can become the first player to win 3 U.S. amateur titles in a row. Not even Jones, Palmer, or Nicklaus hoisted this elusive trophy on 3 successive occasions. Only a young man named Tiger Woods can accomplish this unprecedented feat and stand alone in the annals of golf history. Tiger Woods began his quest for an unprecedented 3rd straight U.S. amateur title by earning medalist honors at the Pumpkin Ridge Golf Club just outside of Portland, Oregon. He then capped off his opening round of match play with this chip in at the 16th to close out J.D. Manning 3-2. Tiger's second round opponent was Jerry Corville, the 1995 U.S. Mid-Amateur champion. Woods was 3 up as he played the par 3 15th. He would win the match at the next hole 4-2, but after this terrific tee shot, Tiger was more interested in looking to his mother Coltita for acknowledgement. That afternoon's third round of match play paired Woods against 17-year-old Charles Howell of Augusta, Georgia. At the par 4 13th, Tiger sank this birdie putt to increase his lead to 3 up. Woods, moving closer to victory, had this second shot at 17. He would knock it to within 5 feet and closed out the tenacious Howell 3-1. In Friday's quarterfinals, Tiger squared off against D.A. Points, a sophomore at Louisiana State. As the two played the par 3 12th, Woods held a 2-up advantage. And he would calmly roll in this putt for his 5th birdie of the match as his lead grew to 3 up. At the 15th, Points had this long putt for par. But Tiger would respond with a long par putt of his own and would finish off Points at the next hole 3-2. And that would mean Saturday's semifinal would be a clash of college teammates as Tiger faced his fellow Stanford Cardinal, Joel Kreibel. After 8 holes, Kreibel enjoyed a 2-up lead. At the 9th, Tiger had this putt for birdie. Curls it in. But Joel Kreibel has had Tiger Woods on the run from the start. This for his own birdie at 9 to have the hole and retain his 2-up lead. Still 2 up, Kreibel ran into tree trouble at the par 5 11th.
Got to keep that left wrist flat through the ball, and it came out low.
Oh, caught a tree and went back dead left. He is in big problems now. That ball went back and left good 40 yards.
Yeah, that was a mental error there.
The match was all square as Tiger played his second shot to the par 5 14th.
Well, this is no more than a 9-iron for Tiger. Little downhill, little downwind. He's hit it right of the hole and really, really high.
Must be nice, Roger. Nice little 9-iron to a 5-par. No problem.
Talked about how difficult that whole location was.
Yep.
Not for Tiger.
Not when you're hitting a 9-iron.
Third shot now for Kreibel, Roger.
For about 60 yards. Hey, actually, I think he's laid it up a little too far. Can't take a full swing at it. He's chunked it right in the water. Oh, it carried it. Oh, my goodness.
How about
what a break. Oh, my goodness.
Lift it out. Chunky tuna almost paid off.
Oh, I thought it was going to hit right into the rocks. It carried by about 6 inches.
Let's take another look at Kreibel's third shot, which just escaped the water.
Yeah, you can see from the size of that divot, he had hit it fat, and he's walking after it like, well, that's the end of that. Then he's looking at it like, hey, that might go in now. And look at this. It hits the hole. Watch this. See it? Lift out. He's going. That's amazing. That'll get Tiger Woods' attention. I'll tell you, he's saying he thought he had the match the way Kreibel's body language was on this hole. Thought he was going to be 1 up for sure. And now he almost loses a hole maybe if that goes in.
Well, Johnny, up here at the green, Joel kind of shrugged his shoulders, looked at me with a smile and said, it'll work.
Well,
so will this eagle
now
putt for Tiger.
This is a big putt right here, Roger.
It certainly is. There's not a whole lot of movement on it downhill. Might try to slip a little bit to his right, but there's not much movement here at all.
That's what great players do right there. That's what special players do. When encountered by a great break and it looks like he's going to tie the hole, he says, nope, I can handle it. That's amazing. Eagle.
So Tiger Woods takes his very first lead in this match. Kreibel would need a miracle to get back into it. And when this chip didn't go in, the match was over with Woods prevailing 3-1. Tiger Woods, 17 straight matches he's won in U.S. amateur play, tying Harvey Ward's all-time record for consecutive matches won. He moves on with a victory over his teammate Joel Kreibel, and he'll face Steve Scott in the 36-hole final tomorrow. And then there were two. Steve Scott's mission was to thwart history. He represented Tiger's last obstacle to winning an unprecedented third straight U.S. Amateur Championship. Scott was cool and steady as the morning 18 got underway. This birdie at the par 5 fourth put the University of Florida sophomore 2 up. Tiger Woods was 3 down at the par 5 seventh, needed this par putt to stay that way.
Tiger's been struggling with this hole all week, and he pulls this putt for a 6.
And he was 4 down. Tiger was 3 down at the par 3 11th. Steve Scott struck this nice long iron at the 10th.
Going with a 4-iron.
Kick left.
204 yards. Gets a good hop off the fringe and runs right inside Tiger's tee shot.
Scott would birdie it, and the lead was 4 up again. And with Woods in trouble on the 11th, Steve Scott surprisingly won the first par 3 fives. This birdie at 11 increased the lead to 5 up.
Beautiful stroke here right in the center of the cup.
Tiger won the 12th, reduced the lead, then looked to have Scott on the ropes at the par 4 16th, but Scott nearly holes this third shot from the bunker.
And Scott hit a push drive and a poor second, and darn near, you see that ball went down in the hole and came out again.
He would save par. Meanwhile, Tiger, who was on in regulation, left his approach putt short.
Way short, and he has got a little right to left break here and underreads it.
Misses his par attempt and also found himself 5 down again. He tried to stage the late morning rally, this approach on the par 4 17th.
Beautiful 8-iron here going right at the pin and high, right over the top of the cup, and backspins it almost to a gimme range.
A birdie. It would be his first win since the 12th hole, and it would cut Scott's lead to 4 up, but the confident teenager from Coral Springs, his third shot wedge on the par 5 18th.
Little 50-yarder. He interprets it beautifully. 3 feet from the hole.
Tiger already had a par, so Scott needed this birdie, and he continued with his smooth stroke. He would win 4 of the par 5s, shooting 4 under on the 18 to Tiger's +5. That produced the 5-up lead through 18. Feeling out of sync after the morning 18, Tiger huddled with his swing coach Butch Harmon between rounds and found the right answers.
I felt very confident going out in the afternoon because I got it back where I was during the rest of the week as far as my mechanics was concerned. But more than anything, I've been here before. I've been down.
So Tiger Woods had a little more than an hour to think about the deficit. He really dug himself a hole in the morning 18, but the second 18 began earlier this afternoon, and Tiger needed this par to have the hole at the first hole or risk going 6 down, and that was big, Johnny.
That was absolutely huge. That's the first time I saw some life out of him the whole day.
Then the second shot at the par 4 third.
In the morning, he lost the 3rd hole, the 4th hole, and the 5th hole.
And he would make birdie to win the hole. As you see, the ball come within about 1.5 feet. The lead was just 4 up for Scott. Tiger hit a poor drive at the par 5 fourth, had to punch out. This was his 3rd shot.
Full pitching wedge, heading right at the pin.
Right there.
And it's a beauty right there. Another was Stony Burke.
And another birdie. And suddenly the lead was just 3 up for Steve Scott. Tiger kept it going at the par 3 fifth. Steve Scott has this putt for par. Misses it. Scott makes bogey and loses his 3rd straight hole. And all of a sudden, his 5-up lead has been reduced to just 2. At the 9th, Tiger has this putt for birdie.
He was due, really due. There's that old Tiger Woods.
Haven't seen the pumping fist, you're right, Johnny, in a long time. And as they make the turn in the afternoon 18, what was a 5-up lead, 1 up now for Steve Scott. Steve Scott at the par 3 10th with a very difficult second shot, Roger.
He certainly does. He'll have to land this ball short of the green in the first cut of rough, and he's going to have to hope it kills it. It will come down off that slope very quickly and move to his left. This is, to get this within 10 feet of the hole would be pretty good, John.
Unbelievable. How about that shot, folks?
Birdie 2 for Scott.
What a shot. That could be the shot of the day right there.
That ball would have gone by a good 10, 12 feet, Johnny, but caught the hole, caught the flagstick.
And Steve Scott celebrated his amazing birdie with some incredible elevation. At the par 5 11th, Tiger had this long putt for eagle.
Good speed, Roger.
Good looking
That's
putt
going
here.
in.
Look at here.
In the heart.
Woo! Wow, that's exciting.
That draws a smile from Steve Scott. There was never a doubt. The 12th and 13th holes were halved. After a 2-putt birdie at 14 put Scott back up by 2, both players parred the 15th. And Tiger was undoubtedly impressed with his opponent, Steve Scott.
He's an incredible putter. He's very, very good at putting. He can roll the rock with the best of them. And he's very fiery and very gritty. So doesn't have any dog in him, does not give up. He's got a lot of heart. And match play is exactly what you need. You need to have a big heart in order to play. And so that's what made him so tough.
Tiger was running out of time. He was 2 down with just 3 to play.
This ball started up the left, cutting. That is good. Up the left side and long.
He got some roll.
So Tiger Woods safely in the fairway at the 16th. Can he make a miraculous comeback against Scott? Scott with his 12-footer to save his par.
Clutch. Man, Roger, this guy's got some insides, doesn't he?
He's got a lot of faith in that putting stroke, that's for sure.
Is he reminding him to move his coin back? Which is something you don't see a lot in other sports.
Yeah, I don't know that Tiger had remembered to do that. Tiger was getting down, and Steve turned around and said, hey, move it back.
Pretty good sportsmanship there, and had he not done that, David Fay, what would have been the consequences?
He would have played from a wrong place. He would have lost the hole.
How
would have been the match.
How about that for sportsmanship in the heat of this championship battle?
You don't see it in other sports.
It's commonplace in golf, though. Just absolutely rule of thumb.
Every week.
Yep.
Now, Tiger with a chance to cut the lead in half. And this time he's got it. 1 down with 2 to play.
All I can say is this is great stuff.
Oh,
man.
A solid tee shot put Tiger in good position at 17.
172, the pin in the front left. The wind is against the players. Tiger's going with a 6-iron here. I like this choice of club.
A punch.
He's kept it down, but he got up ahead of it, Johnny. It's going at the very, very right side of the green.
And you could see it impacted. His handle was ahead of the ball too much, and then he tried to pronate after it was gone. It was too late.
I was very disappointed. Under the situation, I'm 1 down with 2 to go. I need to hit a ball in there close to give myself a legitimate birdie opportunity. And I just stuck it in the ground, just hit it out to the right. And boys, I was pretty angry at that.
Tiger's now looking at the better part of 35 feet for birdie with hopes of evening this match.
Looks good. Great speed. It's in. Are you serious? Tiger. Unbelievable. I tell you, that's all I can say. I used to say that about Nicklaus.
Nicklaus willed him in, and after watching Tiger Woods in 3 straight amateur championships, he has the same kind of magic.
It was the weirdest thing in the world because I looked at this putt, Brian and I read it, and we said 5 inches outside left. But it was just one of those putts I felt that no matter what speed I hit it, it was going to go in. If I hit it soft, it was going to break. I don't know why I felt that way, but when I go over the putt, I just saw it going in the hole, and I hit it. And as it got about 8 feet away from the hole, I could see it break and then straighten right on the left, inside left, and it went right in the inside left part of the hole.
All square as they play the 18th. And Tiger Woods is used to being in this situation. His final matches in the previous 2 championships both went to the 18th hole. The 2-up win over Trip Keeney and the 2-up win last year at Newport over Buddy Marucci.
I mean, Steve Scott, with his 5-up lead, has done exactly what you needed to do to win 99 out of 100 matches. But he's playing Tiger Woods, and that's the 1 in 100.
No birdies 16 and 17 to square it up.
I think that Steve Scott is the better putter, but maybe not under pressure.
Oh, just ducked under.
That's gone by 5 feet, and that was a good putt. He hit it right where he wanted, but it broke more than he thought.
So now Tiger on the 18th green, conferring with his friend and caddy, Brian Bell. He knows if he makes his putt, it's all over.
I'm saying same.
Never had a chance. But remember, Steve Scott has a much longer par putt coming back.
Yep.
Steve Scott answers the par at 18. The last time the U.S. Amateur Championship final went to extra holes was in 1981 when Nathaniel Crosby beat Brian Lindley at the Olympic Club in San Francisco. Once again, Tiger's incredible resume shows 5 consecutive USGA championships the last 5 years. Tiger will putt first at the 9th, the 37th hole of this match. It stayed left all the way and leaves the door open for Steve Scott.
Look at this. You talk about nervous time. I'll tell you.